So what did you think of Scotland when you first saw it?
It was dark when we got off the ship, and we got on. We went overnight by train and we arrived in Colchester the next morning.
Oh, okay.
Marched through, from the train up to old barracks that were built in the 1400s, I think.
Of course, they get a lot of rain too, don't they?
No, not too bad.
No?
Not too bad.
Mm-hmm.
But these barracks were old.
Old and drafty, I guess.
And the only heat there was the fireplace. You got a little bucket of coal to last 24 hours. And we were all excited to see the guns we were going to have.
Mm-hmm.
There was 2 regiments there, and they had 8 guns or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
We should have had each battery should have had 12 guns.
And do you have good memories of that place, bad memories?
Bad. Every day was a bad memory period.
What made it so bad?
You didn't have a bed. You slept on the floor.
On the floor.
On three
Like
squares that they called a mattress. You stacked them up in the morning so there'd be 3 high, and you put your blanket on top of that.
And how many men were there with you, approximately?
Well, there'd be 16 in a room. We went up when they were attacking the Falaise Gap. They were trying to close it. And they had us up, and we fired every minute. We'd fire 1 round at a certain angle, and that would allow the tanks to follow our tracer. Mm-hmm. That would be armor-piercing shells that we fired, so they would know enough to stay away from those. And the next day, the American Air Force bombed this intersection where my gun had been. Our gun had gone into headquarters to have a new barrel put in. But we were sleeping. We'd been out all night, and we were sleeping in a slit trench. And we had built it so that there was a cover over it. And that cover came off, and I could hear these bombs going off, and I thought, the damn Germans are counterattacking, so I better get out of here. Just then, 4 Polish soldiers climbed into my slit trench, and there was hardly room for me to get in there. I got up and I went over to the roadway, and there was firebombed, and the Americans had firebombed this roadway.
Yes.
And there was men sitting in the truck, completely burned.
Oh, wow.
A week later, the RAF did the same thing.
Mm. Wow.
And they had those big Lancasters and Halifaxes, and they just were dropping those big bombs out. They looked like Mason huts coming out of them. Mm-hmm. I come very close to shooting at one of them, but I decided not to.
And they were dropping bombs on Canadian soldiers accidentally. That's right.
Well, they were on the Allied lines, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. They were Canadian soldiers, yeah. Of course, you can't really know the circumstances because the navigation equipment they had in those days were by...
Was this mostly during the day or at night when the bombs?
This was daylight, broad daylight.
If you could speak to young people about duty and obligations, what would you say to them?
And I would say to them, talk to a veteran.
Yes.
Find a veteran that'll talk to you